Doma Sports Talk, crossing over to DDN. Doma does news right now. So y'all check this out. I'm just a little short, man. I'll chime in on something real quick. In the realm of news, I mean, going through the fact that, we got segregation in New Russia, which is USA. It's things you gotta kind of keep your eye on. Right now, I haven't did my Patreon. It should be something for Patreon, so I'm gonna keep it as straight as I possibly can. But I think it needs to be mentioned in lieu of our sister Sonja Massay being shot fatally by cops. Sean Grayson just basically shot her, basically lynched her in front of everyone in her home, a la Breonna Taylor, right? Shot in her own home, right? We see this all the time. We see our children being shot, running in the opposite direction of cops all the time. That's why Black Lives Matter was such a thing. A lot of people didn't really understand that, but the cops who have these weapons and yielding these weapons are supposed to be professional, which means they can shoot in lower extremities. Someone running in the opposite direction of you is not a threat. Some older lady who's obviously mentally challenged over by a stove with hot water is not anyone that needs to be shot. There's a whole lot of other options that we don't have to even go there. Whole lot of other options from big, robust white cops. There's no reason to shoot someone fatally in the face. Do you really think so? You have a weapon, doesn't have to be fatal. But what my issue is that when it comes to people of color, there's just no empathy there. Like I always say, if you shot dogs running in the opposite direction and cops were just shooting dogs running in the opposite direction, we would have dog lives matter. And I think everybody in unison would be out on the street talking about dog lives matter. But when it comes to black people, it's to them like mosquitoes or flies. Something you could just kill and sleep like a baby. There's no remorse there, no empathy there, no thoughts about their families and the fact that they have a life in front of them. This myth that they might become criminal, but all the crime is coming from people that look like them most of the time. People we call it coming to America, that they're terrorists, they're this and they're that, but we have domestic terrorism worse than any other place on the planet, right? Anytime someone who's, let's say, white with money, right, they're supposed to be, put to justice, then there's death threats, right? So what you have right now, right, is you have someone who's going to try to become the president of the United States who has seen this Sonja Massay lynching or murder, right, and will come out right now and says cops should have immunity because they're doing their job. And he will be applauded. Now, do you think that would happen with anybody else? Anybody that's, the color of my shirt? Do you really think that? This is just food for thought. That's the kind of climate we have, that you would be able to come out and say, we need immunity for cops. Not what we really need is any white cop shouldn't get a gun for a while. Probation because of what you've done. That's what should be happening. The screening process for white people should be a lot more vigorous than anyone else because of prior deeds. That's what should be suggested. Somebody should suggest that. It shouldn't have to be Farrakhan or Al Sharpton. It should be people who look like you. That's who should suggest it. White people have to go through more vigorous training before they get a damn gun. Because this Sean Grayson, he had he was challenged. I'm not sure, but I think I heard he was discharged from the services, had a couple of DUIs and stuff like that. Not really somebody you really want yielding a gun at other people. You know what I mean? Let the man work at McDonald's or something, but not yielding a gun, right? And like I say again, You know, being a cop is not an easy job. No one's saying that. But damn it, you can. You are supposed to be able, because you're trained, to know when there's an imminent threat to your life. And if not, you're supposed to be good enough with a weapon that you can shoot in lower extremities. You know, there's a way to do that without taking someone out and take someone's life, right? Because their lives do matter. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try my best to leave it right here. It's just food for thought. I'm going to do a video about some sport in a minute, but I just couldn't. No immunity for no damn cops. Vigorous investigations, training, right? And background checks before we give people weapons. What about that? Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here.